All right, so we're going to pick this video up with having previously drawn in the roof, and we're going to be adding a couple elements to this roof to finish it up, clean it up. Um, and those elements will be called fascia board, which goes around the perimeter, and it's a vertical board that would get attached to this roof structure, the rafters of the roof structure. And onto the fascia board, once it's installed, we'll add gutters, otherwise known as eaves troughs. And finally, we're going to add something called a soffit. So to get started, the first one we're going to do is the fascia board. Okay. That's under the roof tool, and you can apply it here in the 3D view, which is nice. When you zoom in to the edge of the roof, you have an option to pick a bottom line of the edge of the roof or the top line. You're going to click on the top line. And we can see by zooming in that we've added this vertical board. And we're going to work our way around the perimeter and just select all the edges of the roof. I'll work my way all the way around the house, make sure I've got every edge. And once I have, I can hit the escape key twice. And not a bad idea just to click on the fascia boards that you've added and do a double check and make sure you've covered everything. So I can orbit around and see that this fascia board continues all the way around the roof. So now I have my mounting surface for my gutters. Gutters are located here under roof. Click the drop down arrow and select gutter. When we apply gutters, what we need to change is the vertical profile offset. We want that to be -2 inches. And we can click this top line. So when I add the gutter, I can zoom in and see what I did. I can see that I've got the gap from the edge of the roof, which is here, down to the top of the gutter. That's that -2 inches I added. We can see that the gutter over here is open. But as I click other areas to add the gutter, you can see, if we move it around, that Revit's automatically closing up these corners and tidying everything up. So as I move around, you'll see that gets all taken care of for me automatically, which is really awesome. Now we're just going to orbit around. We'll click all the edges. That's our back wall. That's the long gutter. And we've got a few more to do to finish this up. Move it around. And we can do a quick double check, orbiting around the house and make sure we've applied gutters everywhere. Now you will be applying gutters to any sloped portion of a roof. So as the water comes down on the roof, it runs off. If it's running down a slope, you need to have a gutter there. If you have a gable style roof, you will have some parts of the roof that won't require gutters. But anything sloped does. So we've added a fascia board, we've added our gutters, and the next thing we're going to do is we are going to add in something called a soffit. And you can see that right now we've got this roof that slopes up from the edge. It slopes up towards the center of the roof. And what that means is we right now have an opening between the top of the wall and the bottom of our roof. So we're going to enclose that with this soffit. To add a soffit, we're going to go to the floor plan called TOP, top of plate. Double click that, and we can see this top level view, and it has a portion of our roof that right now is obscuring our walls. So we need to see those walls, and to do that, we're going to click this. Okay, we want to select wireframe. When we do that, we can see anything under this roof outline, and now with that exposed, we're going to click on soffit, and we're going to use the pick walls tool to click and pick all our exterior walls. We'll work our way around again. until we have a fully enclosed purple loop where our walls are. Next, pick your roof edges. That's a single click. You can see I've got a fully enclosed purple loop. With that done, I can click to finish the editor mode, and I can go to 3D and take a look at this. And what we kind of see is that the soffit is here, but it's not quite where we want it. Kind of sticking out of the roof. If I click on that, I can see it's the generic soffit, and there's a couple things I want to do. First, I want to go to edit type and edit the thickness of the soffit. Right now it's at 4 inches. A soffit really shouldn't be much more than 3/4 of an inch if it was wood. So we're going to put in 0.75, and we're going to hit enter and click OK. And OK. So now the soffit's hidden from us. We don't see it. But what we need to do is we need to drop it down. So we're going to put in a -8 inch offset for the soffit. Once we've done that, I just hit enter. That soffit should be located correctly, and we can see it now. If we come under here and click, that's our soffit, and it's at the right elevation for the rest of our roof. So we'll end the video there. If I can figure out how to close down the video and pick it up in the next video.